Hello, wargamers, game designers, and map makers. This is the Advanced Map Designer Update 26, and it is really big, so let's get to it. First of all, we've standardized text editing so that the Shift plus mouse wheel resizes labels and Control plus mouse wheel rotates them. This is now standardized to other features that also have resizing and rotating. We thought this way we could have it all under one system. The next thing you're going to see is that we have renamed the hex borders to hexside symbols. And the reason for this is that as we've added more and more features, it is no longer just about political borders or little hexside edges. We are now adding a lot more features. Let me show you what some of those are. Now, fortified hexes, we have different types of ways to doing fortified symbols on the map, but we thought a really cool way would be to have them drawn out along hex sides. So all you need to do is select fortified hex side and click one or the other side of a hex side. In this case, I'm going to put it right here. And now you have these three little forts. All you have to do is hit enter, and that sets it in place. It'll darken. You can change those colors here. We have set those separately for every type of symbol that is in this hexside symbols panel. And all you have to do is just go around and change these. One of the other things we did is we also added this trench hexside. Again, we have different ways of showing trenches, and this is going to make a difference depending on the scale of the map and the look of the map that you're trying to achieve. But for these hexside, this is what the trench looks like. Now, trench is default to here red. I'm probably going to have to change that. Let me go ahead and make it a little bit of a brown color, as you can see. And now we just click on, again, one of these hex sides. Let's go ahead and try this one here. And there is our little trench symbol. And you can just click on all these other hex sides to continue the trench line all the way around. So really quick and easy way to create trench lines. The next thing we added is dragon's teeth. Now these are predominantly best known as a Siegfried line World War II German defenses. So it's going to put these little dragon's teeth, and again, these are hex sides, so you just need to click one or the other hex sides. And this is what it does, and you have dragon's teeth. Again, you can change the colors, but you have to change the colors before you place these hex side items. Next we have is hedgehogs. Now, these were predominantly best known for on the beaches of D-Day, and you can add them like this. Again, you can put them on several hex sides, and with all of these features, you can make these larger or smaller. So if you wanted to enlarge these, hold shift, scroll wheel up. All right, next thing we did is circles also. This came as a user requested feature. They wanted to put some circles along hexes. This might work for any number of reasons. It could be a supply line situation. It could also be part of another type of political border or boundary, however you wanted to do it, but we figured it would be a pretty easy add to put these little circles in. And now for different cities and towns, we have different graphics backgrounds. So the cities has kind of a larger street grid with these little plazas in the middle, whereas the towns have a different overall look to them, and they can resize differently and independent of the city. So there are smaller streets, and that way you have a different graphic look to it. In the rivers tab here, we have introduced rivers with gullies, and this is what it looks like. So a normal river would look kind of like this. But what happens if you're trying to make a little creek coming out of here that's in a gully? Well, to do that, we have this new button here called draw a wider gully under river. And all you have to do is start, let's put it here at the river. And we are going to draw Let's make that a little tiny creek with a gully, and let's make the gully a little bit wider. And so now you have a gully with a creek that's coming out of this river. So that's a new thing that we've done. And then if we go into gullies and ditch, we also have the ability to just draw gullies by themselves. So let's say this gully continues on by itself, and then we've added this little center stripe. If you don't like that, we can just make it as part of the main color, and it'll just, of course, disappear. So that's another way of doing that. And the same thing with ditches. You can make ditches. Ditches are just a little more narrower, and they don't have the center stripe. So you can do any number of ditches, gullies with creeks, any number of ways that you want to do that. Of course, you have the selection here, hex side drawing, which will put them all along the hex sides. It'll just kind of cement those in there. So however you want to draw these on your map, we're trying to give you the tools and let your imagination run wild and create what you need. Now, we have one more thing here that we've added. Let me go ahead and add a couple of routes here. Let me add a road. And now what we have under brushes here, we have trees and bomb craters. So let's throw a few bomb craters in there. There we go. And here's some trees. And we can now draw little wooded areas. These are a little bit different than the woods in the symbols section. You can change their size. You can change their density, all sorts of different features here. Best is just to go ahead and try them to your heart's content. One of the neat features here is the shade variance. And if you increase this, you're going to have all kinds of different colors, greens and browns and so forth. You can also create snowy trees. So you can just create them as snow-covered trees. So if you're doing a Battle of the Bulge or something like that, you can easily create the same trees, but with the white winter look to them. Now we've created this little roadway here. Let me go ahead and turn off the snow. We want to make this road a tree-lined road. All you have to do is put here the bank rows both sides, and it will draw perfectly your trees along the road. Now, if you add another road, it breaks up the trees. Now come back to the trees, go back to brushes, and you can put trees along that route too. A really neat way to add more trees and so forth. You can just go ahead and finish doing a little wooded area right here on the side of the creek or along here. Now the trees are going to try to avoid roads and creeks and gullies automatically so that you're not getting them accidentally placed there and having to drag them. That said, if you wanted to move any of these, all you have to do is shift left mouse button and drag the trees however you want. So we can actually get them pretty close. It'll disappear if you try to get it too close to the rivers. And that's, again, that's by default. So that's another quick, neat little feature. This is a step forward into getting squad level games designed. So that's coming pretty soon. There's a number of other improvements made. I would suggest going to the help page here, click on version notes, and you'll get all the information right here for version 26. But one of the things that we have added, I wanted to show you this before we end the video here, is that now under map, we have under page size, we have all kinds of defaults here. So we have game crafter pages, we have staples, standard sizes here. We have geomorphics, we have other squad level games. We have this squad level game map board size. Some of you will probably instantly know what I'm talking about. So this is a standard geomorphic map. It's already been set with the center white dots, the correct numbering system that we're used to, and it's completely geomorphic. You can just go ahead and design on here and print or export and have it printed. Very simple and very effective. Anyhow, this is the update 26. I wanted to keep this shorter than longer. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please tell me in the comments below. And until next time, go make some maps.